talking about how much he enjoys. I mean, obviously you love playing at Hilton, but enjoys going into a hostile environment. How do you approach those sorts of things? Do you feel the same, I guess?
Yeah, I would agree for sure. Obviously Hilton's the best, but I'd rather play with a crowd that's big on the away games and then a smaller one. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I feel like a lot of guys play their best games when the biggest crowds are there and hostile environment, like you said.
How does Texas Tech impress you? I mean, their offensive numbers obviously jump off the page, but complete team. How do you look at them and see them on?
Yeah, I would agree with that. They got some shooters, they got some big guys who, and they play well and they're well coached. So last year I played them in a multi-team event, and it was a close game, but yeah, they're a good team.
How do you approach when you guys come in, the three of you, about 17 minutes? It's an atypical substitution pattern. How do you guys approach that?
The good part is that it's become normalized, kind of. At the start, I was kind of getting a feel for it, but now you kind of know when you're going in, and I think that's really important, is just having that awareness of, hey, I'm going in, and I need to be ready at this time, and just making that a habit. So I think it's worked well. So
is the bigger adjustment subbing in that early, or that there's a break a minute later?
Yeah, I mean, I like the break at 16-minute timeout, so it's always nice to get your first win for like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then having a break, and I actually like that.
TJ talked earlier this week about how when you come into the game, it feels like your team gets better. What is it that you try to provide when you enter the game?
Really a little bit of everything, primarily defense, rebounding, and then making the right play on offense, and then communicating on defense, and just making things work out well, I think.
What kind of areas do you want to try to improve as you continue to progress the rest of the season as your role maybe settles and you get more comfortable?
Yeah, for sure, more comfortable now, but just continuing to be more aggressive on offense and defense, and then talk more on defense, I would say.
Joshua said he really enjoys when opposing fan bases, I guess, are engaged, talkative. I mean, do you notice, do you try to shut that out, or do you kind of try to make that part of the whole, what fuels you?
I would say I try to tune it out. I don't listen to it as much. I like the noise in general, but like the specific comments here or there, I don't really hear or listen to. But it's all fun. So.
What does it take to prepare? I mean, obviously, you guys have a couple of games of experience on the road, but what does it take to be able to lock in, gear up, and sort of tune some of that stuff out when you go and play a road game?
Yeah, road games are definitely much different than home games. We played way more home games than away games, and some of the away games we struggled a little bit early, but I think it's more of the approach and the preparation going into it that is the most important than coming out right away and bringing it.
What to you has been, if you want to point to one thing special about this team to this point?
I mean, I would just say how close we are on and off the court, the togetherness, and then the well-roundedness of our team. It feels like we got a little bit of everything.
Joshua mentioned the Colorado game being down in the second half and then fighting back is something that he felt kind of galvanized the group, or is that something that you picked up on in that road trip?
Yeah, for sure. And the Iowa game, obviously, too. We were down a little bit early, too. But being able to come back when you're down is something that most teams, I think, struggle to do. And we've been able to do it twice, but hopefully we're not in that situation. But, yeah, it definitely brought us together.
What about overcoming a challenge on the court like that brings guys together off the court?
I think just doing hard things together. TJ always mentions that. That brings us together is by going through adversity and handling that.
You guys have talked about how close you are here this morning. Obviously, there's a group of you that transferred in, 4 of you guys, and there's a big group of returners as well. How did the returning players, welcome you guys in away from the court so it wasn't 2 clicks of, hey, we're the returners, and welcome you guys?
I mean, it was really easy because everybody's, good people here. So as soon as I got here, we were doing everything together, golfing, hanging outside, playing video games, stuff like that. So, it was really an easy transition, I would say, and I would think the other transfers would say the same.
Given your guys' success this season, when you play your opponents, do you honestly feel that you guys get their best shot? Do you feel like increased intensity from your opponents?
I think when I've played teams that are ranked high, you try to bring your best, but I guess I don't think about it too much, but I think that makes sense. So.